is reciprocity. All other cultures do, if you do something to me, I should do it back to you. That's a kind of moral idea. But to control our behavior by it and actually pay someone back for it, for something they've done for us, that requires a sense of moral responsibility, requires that higher mentality. So developing this better sense of moral responsibility was crucial for our developing of culture, and goes with this new way of controlling our behaviors that I think goes by the name free will. Some people object to the term free will, and then it goes by what is mistaken for free will.
If indeed free will and moral responsibility developed through evolution, science should tell us more about them. I ask Adina Roskies, a neuroscientist and a philosopher, who studies how brain imaging impacts philosophical questions.
The first big breakthrough, in a sense, was putting people in the scanner and having them make moral judgments, and looking at this really complicated activity and being able to see what parts of the brain are active when people make certain kinds of moral judgments. For one thing, we can see that when people make judgments that doing harm is bad, for instance, that there are parts of the brain that are usually involved in emotional reactions that are active. And it suggests that moral thinking, at least as normal people do it, is not a purely rational process.
Oh, okay. If you've now shown that emotions, which we don't have conscious control over, can affect decision making, does that degrade the level of free will in moral decisions?
There's no reason to think that we have to have control over every aspect of our decision making in order to freely choose. And we know we don't have control over all kinds of things. We don't have control over our genetics. We don't have control over our upbringing. We don't have a lot of control